The first thing that comes to most people's minds when they think about freelancing is most likely freelance websites like Upwork or Fiverr. The next thing people think is that things only sell for $5 on Fiverr, which is incorrect. When I started out video editing, I put a gig on Fiverr for $30, expecting nothing, but when I got my first 5-star review, I had another order come in and it raised the price to $40, and I did this again and again, and now I can charge anywhere up to $1,000 with upsells and offers because I understand more about business, pricing and marketing, which I think is where a lot of people fail. In the toolkit below, I've attached 2 books which we'll talk about later. These books, Web Copy That Sells and Win Without Pitching. These 2 books alone will change how you sell your services forever. I'm going to give you 3 tips on getting started on freelance websites, but first let me tell you about 2 other options. There's another freelance website called People Per Hour. I did set up a gig on People Per Hour, but I found a lot of people just try to haggle down my prices. I did get a lot of requests, but I already had a decent amount of clients from Fiverr, so I didn't bother trying to build up my reputation on People Per Hour. I would recommend, if you have a skill and haven't already got a gig created, to start out, put yourself out there on every platform that you can. Here's one huge tip: take massive imperfect action. Don't overthink, don't try to be perfect or you won't move forward. Just create your profile, put out your content and never look back. My final recommendation is Upwork. I can't say too much about Upwork as I tried to get a video editing gig on there, but it didn't get accepted. I think this is because the market's already saturated on Upwork for video editing. That being said, if you can define your niche, for instance, saying I make Instagram story video ads rather than just video creation, they might allow it. So try to niche down if you can. To finish this section, here are 3 tips to getting started with freelance websites. Number 1, massive imperfect action. You probably already knew about these options, but you keep telling yourselves reasons not to post a gig. If you haven't already, go and post a gig on Fiverr, People Per Hour and Upwork. If you can, look for other freelance websites and just put yourself out there. Even if you don't get any clients straight away, you'll get better at promoting yourself, and this is all just great practice for the future. In this industry, there's a catapult effect, and I'll show you how you can leverage that later. But right now, you might be thinking that you're not ready yet, but here's the thing. When you're creating a gig, you'll be uploading a piece of your work for your profile or gig demonstration. That work should reflect the quality, should reflect the quality of your work. Therefore, it's not down to you to decide you're not ready. It's down to the client to decide whether they want to place an order with you. When you set up your gig, try to differentiate yourself rather than copying what the top guys are doing. It's good to take inspiration from other people, but you always want to be creative and think outside the box. If you can niche down and become specialized, you will become the go-to person much quicker. Finally, if you're worried about a huge influx of clients, don't be. It won't kick off straight away, so if that's holding you back, then just get a gig uploaded. Don't try to be perfect and wait and see what happens. Tip number 2, send relatives, colleagues or friends to your gig to get your first review in. When you get a few reviews under your belt, your orders will start rolling in. As your orders roll in, you can raise your prices. When you do get your first order, just take your time to make it perfect, and always consider this paid work is paid education. The greatest thing about freelancing, especially in something that we love, is that we can do what we love and improve on the job. This is fine as long as we get the job done, so set reasonable expectations with the client. Number 3, don't try and be the cheapest. Think about this, when people are scrolling through Fiverr, there are literally hundreds of gigs for the lowest price. A real business owner won't look twice at anything for $5. As a business owner myself, I actually look for the most expensive because I know time is money and I don't want to spend it going back and forth with revisions or having to get things done twice. I'd much rather have a professional take care of it and nail it the first time. That being said, you can still charge what works for you and the business. If you can't think of what to charge, then just charge what you would like to get for the work and wait until the order comes in. Don't focus too much on what other people are doing and what they're charging. And trust me, when you charge too low and a client comes back with 100 revisions, you will know about it. In the project file, I've linked to this course. I've linked to a video by The Future, which is on YouTube, and it's on pricing creativity. It's a great video, and I take a lot of inspiration from this guy and Blair Enns, who writes this book, Win Without Pitching, which I've also linked in the download and we'll talk about later. So if you haven't got a gig, you aren't giving anyone a chance to buy from you, now would be a great time to go and put a gig up wherever you can. Massive imperfect action is key. You can always adjust and optimize over time. I never stop refining my message or my copy as I get more experienced and more specialized. The main thing right now is you just get started. So good luck, and I'll see you in the next video.